Okay, y'all have to be quiet.
Why?
Because this is an OTM production.
Alright, so we're here with Coach Ty, one of my old AAU coaches, old basketball coach. Well, I guess I'll let you introduce yourself, man.
Okay, well, my name is Ty Fields, senior, actually, former AAU basketball.
Oh, I was a former.
Yeah, the game. Nobody's ever out the game.
Yeah,
But it was great. It was great while it lasted. But now I'm just I'm an entrepreneur. And I run a mentoring program, and also I'm a pastor. So I got to wear 3 different hats. But from St. Augustine, Florida, and have got a passion for youth in the community. So our mission now, we've just been making sure that we're trying to get our youth back on the right track, trying to get them back in the swing of things, because we're losing a lot of them to like a lot of silliness and ignorance.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially when you do ball. You can't watch the news without something crazy happening. They be coming up like some crazy statistics too. Like you go look at Jack News, you be like 17 shootings within like the past 11 days or something like that. I be wondering if that's real. I mean, I'm not too like plugged into the community, because I don't, sometimes I do try to like block it out, 'cause that's like a lot of negativity. But at the same time, you do want to help people. You know, like outreach with like stuff that you do. I do some with my church as well, but it's just tough trying to like, I guess, balance that, especially with young people, because like some of them are real receptive, but some of them just like nowadays it's like, you know, when I want it now, you know, it's like there's no such thing as timing and patience anymore.
So, you said you was an entrepreneur. Tell a little bit about your business.
Well, I've been in business now for over 5 years. We've grown tremendously. Do commercial and residential cleaning, and it was just a vision that God gave to me, to be able to give back and give people jobs. Because if you look at people that have been in certain situations, McDonald's and the different jobs only want to pay them a certain amount, and so sometimes a lot of these jobs don't even want to hire or give them opportunity. So it was a vehicle for me to be able to give back to the community and give people jobs. And right now, you know, I have 17 employees. So we're constantly, like I said, we're constantly growing. So we've been blessed. So that's a little bit of what we do, what I do on the entrepreneur side.
Okay, cool. And then as far as your mission side or your nonprofit,
oh, that's the excitement right there.
That's the one I want to know.
The business is the grind, but I think for me, my mentoring program, Operation Triple Threat, is that's the vehicle. That's the one that drives me. That's the one that drives the community. That's the one that drives the kids. And for me, it was very simple. It wasn't nothing that I had to go back and forth about it. Because kids and youth and the community has always been my passion, and I'm passionate about their welfare. So Operation Triple Threat is my mentoring program. We're based on desire, discipline, and defend. And it came about because when I was in the military, they asked that we defend our country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, if you look at our youth today, they have to defend themselves against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Yeah. So that's basically what we're based off. So, but it's exciting. We have 2 counties, St. Johns County and Putnam County, and probably got about 700 kids now. And so we're moving around along. We're studying, trying to kick indoors, and so we home based in different schools in each county.
Yeah, okay.
That's great.
Trying to get like you. Trying to get 700 counties at a time. I'm not mad at you all the time at all. So I know you said it's for like the youth in defense. Well, I guess you kind of said it comes from the military, but like what was the exact moment or what like exact thing happened that made you decide that there was a need for what you do?
I think for me, it was going through my own situation, my way, you know, because a lot of times people say, well, if you got a good home, you know, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Well, I come from a good home. I had a loving mother, and my stepfather had been with me since I was 7 years old. So that's my father. So I come from a loving home. I did well in high school, went off to college, went off to the military, but then after that, I found the wrong path. And you know, you end up in certain situations. So for me, going to jail and going to prison and then seeing all the stuff that was happening and then getting back out and seeing our youth going down the same path. And I'm like, okay, I'm in a position to say, okay, you know something, I done been there, done that, that ain't the route to go. So for me, that's what drove me and that's what drives me today. And I tell people, desire, discipline, and defend is a formula. That's the formula that I use for my life. And I try to encourage people, you know, if you don't have one, then I have one for you. And it works. And so, so for me, my own experiences, what I went through, drives what I do now.
Okay.
All right, so, oops, I'm sorry. So which one came first? You said you're a pastor, you are a mentor, and you're an entrepreneur. Did one kind of piggyback off of the other, or did one come first? And then
It was crazy because the mentoring, when I got out, I started doing the mentoring. But also when I got out, I said, you know something, I'm gonna go back to my roots because we all were brought up in the church in some way, some shape or form. So I was doing the mentoring and I was rekindling my relationship with God.
Right.
I hadn't thought about the business side yet.
Right.
And so as I was doing that, I ended up going back and finishing and getting my business degree. And then, like I said, one thing happened to another, but then in 2007, I got deeper back into the church. 2010, I accepted my call, and then here you go. We're running a mentoring program. And so the crazy thing that happened about it was I was running a mentoring program for my spiritual father in the ministry. And so I ended up getting a job, and I never forget, I ended up getting a job at College University that I never thought I would get because of my record. Relations code that I have, you know, so, and I never thought I would get it. So what happened was, when that happened, like that happened in July. And then like in October, the bishop told me, I need you to go to a church. I'm like, huh? Yeah. And so it all started happening at once. And then as I was doing that, we had just started a charter school, St. Paul School of Excellence. So I was a PE coach, I was a transporter, and I was a janitor.
You did it all.
And so that portion there kind of rekindled something that was already in me because I was always told and taught how to clean my own mom. So I put some low overhead, great income, started a cleaning service. So I had a vision for it, but I really wasn't pushing until I got to church and I said, you know, some God, I need, before I can do anything, or before I can do your ministry the right way, I need to be able to serve you full time. So March 14th, I turned in my resignation at that morning at College University, and my business was started that afternoon. Wow. So that's how that all fell into place. So it was the mentoring, and then back, you know, God, and then boom, here you go to business. And then here we are, with over 5 years later, and we have 17 employees.
17 employees, 700 kids.
700 kids.
700.
That's a lot of growth.
So it's been a blessing. I mean, it moved fast, and it's one of those things that has been gratifying, but you know, at the same time, there's more. There's always more. So you know, for me, I just can't get satisfied.
You never had any doubts?
I had doubts about the Kaiser thing. Because I was like, ain't no way they're gonna hire me. Nah, ain't no way. And they did. So I never had doubts about my calling. I didn't even doubt when he sent me to my first church. He said, I need you to just keep the doors open. I was shocked, but I didn't doubt him. And so even with the business thing, it wasn't doubt because he had already given me the vision. I just wasn't moving fast enough. So it wasn't a doubt thing with that, but the doubt was the kind of thing.
So, obviously you're a mentor. So what is your definition of a mentor? Like, what do you think it actually means to be a mentor? Because I feel like a lot of people want to do it and try to, but some
a lot of people think it's just teaching.
Right, it's way more.
to me, there's a lot of examples of a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, when you define a mentor, it has to be compassion and consistency.
Oh yeah.
And if you can get those two together, you can get it. Because think about it. Tell me something that's consistent in our youth life. That's consistent.
Social media.
Social media, drugs, depression.
Yeah, and it ain't consistent though. You know, I'm talking about consistent. Tell me something that's consistent in their life. Even our parents ain't consistent. Not now, because they're too young.
Right.
And so, when you are compassionate and you can have consistency, like my kids know I'm gonna be a certain play every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday. They know I'll be there on time. And so, and then they get in a trance, somebody who's transparent. Because they're too smart these days. So they pick up on the flaws. They pick up on, they can tell you after just a few minutes or a few seconds whether it's real or whether it's fake. And so, for me, my definition of it is you have to have compassion and consistency.
Yeah, transparency. You gotta be open book, huh?
Yeah.
Cause they gonna read you.
That's how they grow. So
Yeah.
I have a question because from mentoring the girls that I do at my school, where do you get the energy from? Because I mean, I do it. I know my phone line has to stay open. I know, when they need to talk, I need to be there. But there's days where you just be in your own space, like, I'm just tired. But where do you keep that energy for 700 kids? Like,
So for me, I pull from a couple of things. I lean on God heavily, but I pull from my experiences and what I've been through. And so when I think about when I'm tired and when I really don't want to go, I think about the times. There was a time that I wanted to do some things that I could not do because I was incarcerated or I was this. So I pull from those things, but then you pull from that, but then also the energy you get when you look at a child's face and you see a smile on their face, you see the excitement to see you. So I find different ways to pull energy and to keep myself going.
Right.
And it's we put in long hours. I spend about 60, 70 hours a week. We talking about in schools because it doesn't stop just at school.
Yeah.
It's after school on the weekends. Every kid has my personal cell number. They can call me 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Anytime you get ready.
You gotta be accessible. Yeah.
So you gotta be accessible. So my phone never turns off. I'm thinking it was sleep.
Yeah, right.
And that's where I get energy. I really pull on that because I realized that there was a point that I could not do this.
Right.
I don't care how bad I wanted to do it, I couldn't do it because I was locked up.
Because you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
Like,
So I gotta cherish it. I gotta take advantage of it.
Right.
that's awesome. Right.
So, where's the biggest void or deficiency that you see in the community? Like with 700 kids, that's a lot of different personalities, a lot of different problems, and different homes. Which I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people be like, you either come from a 2-parent home or a 1-parent home. But nowadays, there's a lot of different stuff. You might have 2 of the same gender parents. You might have just 1 parent, but they talk to people. You might just have 1 parent who has nothing at all. So that's a lot of different voids that could be in a kid's life. So what do you think is the biggest one that you see in the community?
I think in the communities, especially the ones that I serve, is hope. A lot of our kids, and even the parents, they're in situations not because they want to be, and they really want to get out, but they have no hope. They have nobody that can drive them.
Right.
And so, with my program, we give them all of that. We do empowerment workshops to get a parent. Okay, you ain't gotta have 2, 3 jobs.
Yeah.
We're gonna help you get 1 job that's paying you just as much as the 3 jobs. So now you can spend time at home with the kids.
Yeah.
So you look at a community, man. When a community see there's hope, a community will thrive.
Strong.
Yeah, they will thrive. Even when they don't want to, they will because they'll see somebody next to them doing something and say, no, but I need to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
So a lot of our places have lost hope. And that's the biggest thing to me. If you can give person some hope. You think about it. I mean, KJ, think about when coaching basketball, she had hurt her knee, and she was like weary about it. She was like, but then you pushed it and she caught hope and like, okay, nah, it ain't that bad. This knee gonna be there.
It's gonna pass.
It's gonna do what it gotta do. Then she started playing. And so with anything, if we lose hope, man, we're gonna continue to fall short. And you look around today, I mean, even from social media, it seems like the people that's supposed to be giving us hope don't lost hope.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Speaking life and stuff like that, that's important. Because if you don't believe in something, it just falls.
So I know we talked about community as a whole, but focusing back on the youth, what do you think is the biggest thing affecting this generation, or the generation of youth that we have currently?
I think illusion.
Yeah.
Illusion.
Socks.
They got an illusion of something that's not really there.
Yeah, they do.
And it all stems from the access to social media. And then you gotta think about it, even when we were kids and youth are so gullible.
Okay.
So that means is whatever they see and hear, they'll believe it. And even if it's not right, they still believe it because they see it and they hear it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're living in a fantasy world.
Yeah.
Because what the illusion that they see, they think is real. And nobody's checking on them.
Yeah.
Nobody's putting them in their place. Saying, nah, this ain't real. This is what nobody doing. Everybody going along to get along.
Yeah.
And that's tough. That's tough. And the first thing you want to do is blame you. Oh, they should be this, they should be that.
But we let it happen.
We not doing, somewhere down the line, we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what generation it is, but we dropped the ball. Because there's nobody checking on you. There's nobody doing what they supposed to do for the group. There's nobody giving back.
Yeah.
So you think about when we came up, there was something instilled in us that we had that we can rely on in hard times.
Right.
And so you think about, you just, my grandfather, my grandmother, and my father were contractors. We worked in the cabbage field, potato field, sweet potato, corn, tobacco, you name it.
Yeah.
But what it did with us as kids is it instilled a work ethic. So, and let us know that in order for you to have something, you gotta work at it. And so, hard work was never new to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in these kids these days, they don't even know the meaning of hard work because there's nothing instilled in them.
Right.
So, when times do get hard, they can't rely back on a work ethic because they never had one to rely on.
Yeah.
So now they find the easiest way out. So now it goes back to the illusion. The drugs, the cars, that's the illusion. They think it's real.
They be living through other people's lives a lot of times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They really not living those lives.
Yeah,
Right.
it's all an illusion. So for me, that's real key because it's there's nothing to steal there. Think about the generation that was younger. Now you got 11-year-old mamas, 25-year-old grandmamas, and 33-year-old great grandma.
That's crazy.
And they all in the club together partying.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
That's the biggest part, I think.
It's crazy.
They really do be living through each other's lives.
They do.
Especially with like lyrics and like songs and stuff like that. You know, they rapping about being a gangster. They think they is one, not in trouble.
Right.
Yeah, like throwing up a set or something like that.
Exactly.
They saw it in a music video. Crazy.
Working with kids, I see it all the time. Like I think this generation, they feel abandoned. Like when I talk to my students or talk to the mentoring group, they just feel like nobody, and I can understand there's a gap there between generations because being born into an age where there's technology and social media and you had a smartphone since you was in 3rd grade versus, like you said, being born into a generation where you had to work. There is a bit of a gap or a void there, but definitely something we need to work on, man, for this generation.
You think technology is really bad? Because I mean, I be seeing like 5-year-olds with iPhone 11. And I just got a 10. I had a 6 for like 4 years, but like these kids, it's just everything's accessible, and it's
Love
like
that screen in your face.
and it's like they feel abandoned, but I think that kind of takes them away. I don't know.
you got your, put too much of anything can keep you back.
Yeah.
So we don't have the moderation anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So when we were growing up, okay, there was no games on the week. You couldn't play games on the weekend.
Right. Oh, wow.
There was none. And then when we did, we had to go catch up to somebody else because everybody couldn't afford the game.
Right. Yeah.
But even then, you couldn't play games on the weekend, and then all your chores had to be done.
That's another thing.
So, but anything. So I think technology is great because it puts us in front of, give us access to a whole broad of things.
Right.
But at the same time, too much of it
That's what it is.
can
That's what
be
it is.
real bad because our kids are getting so caught up in the game that they can't even focus on their work.
Right. Yeah.
I got kids. I was talking to these a group of athletes, and they were in the locker room, and I was talking to them, and school room was tired, and they were getting ready to play a game in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
They were tired. They had been up all night playing Fortnite.
Oh man, that game. I think they just shut that down too.
And so you playing Fortnite all night.
Right.
You got a game in a couple hours, and you tired. So which means, when you tired, you can't focus properly. So you're putting yourself in harm's way, or you put your teammates in harm's way.
And I prioritize them.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I guess like we've ironed out a lot of the problems within the community. So what can we do, or like what are some integral steps that we as adults or our community as a whole can take to help the youth and try to like change the direction that they're headed down?
I think for us, we have to give them an example. We got to give them somebody that looks like them, and that's on the right track. We got to give them examples that they can relate to. And don't get me wrong. I think it doesn't matter about it. And sometimes it doesn't matter about the color. But when all you see is another opposite color than you being successful, then what kind of hopes does that give you?
Right.
So we need to have more diversity, but also at the same time, there need to be more examples
Right.
in the community.
Yeah.
And nowadays in the community, all they see is the drugs and this and that. They don't see examples of success.
Right.
Only thing they see examples of success from is what they see on TV.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. So even now, when they go to the schools used to be a safe haven. They're corrupt now.
Yeah.
So they're not seeing examples of success. So as a community, in order for us to get them right, we got to take our communities back. We got to go back to being a village. In the village, everybody pleased everybody.
Exactly.
And there were examples. You have examples of strong black women, strong black men. You had examples in the community. Now you don't see it because all they see is they got the men and women they look up to. Either they're in jail, dying, selling drugs. You go to the women's side, they're being degraded, they're being domestic violence, they're being all kind of crazy stuff.
Right.
So this is what they see.
And they think it's wrong.
Yeah, and so if you see that and you think it's normal because you are a sponge, then how do you expect them to grow up and act any differently?
Right. They just believe the same.
And so it becomes and then what happens is not only that, we got outside entities that's supposed to be taking care of the communities that's not doing it. Instead of taking care of the communities, they're taking advantage of the communities. And they're not putting back into them like they should be.
Yeah.
And so that's bad. So you got the community can't please yourself, but then you got the people that you entrust with responsibility to do that, not doing it.
So like, it looks like they're being who we are when we're supposed to be setting an example. So that makes us look like we're just giving that to them.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were talking about hope. So do you think there's hope for the generations to come?
Oh yeah.
You think
Oh yeah. It's hope, but at the same time, in order for us to trigger it, there has to be more of more mentors, more of you guys that are willing to do podcasts or interviews to bring awareness to this stuff. Just like we bring awareness to cancer and bring awareness to domestic violence, bring awareness to all this different stuff. You have to bring awareness to the communities. And when it comes to that, people don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it because the people that, and you find out that the people that don't want to talk about it, they don't want to talk about it because they're part of the problem. They're responsible. They have a responsibility, or they have one and they're not doing it. Right. So there is hope. There is hope, but we gotta continue to press forward, continue to push, and just pray, man, and that it gets better, and that we continue to can mold people to be able to go back and give back, because you know I have energy now, but after a while, I have to slow it down.
So we got to have somebody like you the next time.
So it's a motivating thing, but there's hope.
Hope is like the legacy to leave behind.
Oh yeah,
To change. Yeah.
Get that going, keep it going for the generations. Definitely see change eventually. So is that what do you like? I know you mentor boys and girls, or is it okay? So as far as any new mentors or any young mentors who come on the scene, do you have any advice, or you know where there's the greatest need for mentors? As far as like what areas and facets of life?
It's just in all facets. So it's not just one side or one component. It's all components because we need it all. They got something like the singing schools talking about at-risk youth. And I tell them, and they was like, well, we want to give you all of the at-risk youth. I say, so you talking about the whole school? Right. I say, I don't care what community you come from, how much money you got, or whatever. Every youth is at risk of something. And so when you talk about the mentorship, you have to mentor from all walks of life. You have to give them tools, so to speak, from all walks of life. So they can say, no, I seen that, or I seen that, or I heard that. You can't just do one side. Oh, well, this is all it takes to be successful. Well, we know everybody makes mistakes. Everybody just don't get caught. So now the thing is, so what happens with the one that gets caught? How do they bounce back?
They gotta have the tools.
But don't nobody want to give them that. Right. They just want to talk about being successful all the time. Well, you ain't just come out being successful. So you have to give them all aspects of mentorship, whether it's from like I got guys that I bring in from that don't get in prison. 10, 15 years, now they're billionaires, own businesses. We got women that I know that done 10 years, fed. Now she owns 3 of the top barbershops in Tampa, Florida. So we talk about different things. So not only we bring that, then we turn around and bring people in. Like one of my sisters is one of the top VPs at Wells Fargo, African American system. So you bring those aspects of life in. So now they get it from all sides. They get it from the side that life was pretty smooth, get it from the side that the pipe was life was pretty rough. They get it from the business. So we get them in all areas because you have a diverse group when you talk about mentorship. They're not all black, they're not all white, they're not all Latino or whatever. They're all different, come from all different backgrounds. So you have to equip them with what they need. And then exactly. So as a mentor, you got to be able to access the needs also. So now my group need it. And so then that's how you go about it. But with the young ones, you just want to, especially with the young ones coming in, you train them on how to mentorship, how to mentor. So you train them and just like old JT on the job training. Just get out there and get it, and then and just be yourself. That's the thing. Just be yourself.
Be relatable, like you said. I think it's important.
Be yourself. Don't be somebody you're not. And because the kids pick up on it.
They gonna read you.
They gonna read you quick. And you gotta tell the truth. See, they got a smartphone. They get right on there.
Oh yeah. They gonna see everything. High school, alumni.
So, just being a mentor, I know you said you can train people sometimes, so it's not necessarily Like, are people who going through rougher lives better mentors? Like, does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot. That makes a whole lot of sense.
Or is it, can anybody be a mentor? It's just.
Okay. Anybody can be a mentor, but can anybody be relatable?
Yeah.
So that's the key.
Yeah, authenticity.
Yeah. You know, anybody can be a basketball player, but can you play?
Right.
Right.
So you got that aspect of it. You know, a lot of people talk about mentorship, but see, this is the thing. People don't realize, I try to explain to them, are you sure you want to mentor? Because they don't understand the time it takes.
I was just about to ask you that. Like, do you get a lot of people who want to be mentors, but you know they're not ready?
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of those?
And so this is what I do, because you don't want to discourage anybody.
Right.
So I'm in the school. All my mentoring is hands-on, so each county see me every day. I'm back and forth. So what happens is once a month, those ones that want to mentor but they really ain't got enough time, I bring them in once a month to different schools to talk and speak and stuff like that. So, and you will find a lot of people are willing to sacrifice a couple hours once a month. And so now they're not there every day like I am. I'm back, I'm moving. And so now you bring them in once a month, and now you got your whole group. You got a broad group of mentors.
Right.
And these kids are getting something different every month. You know, different speakers, they come in, and that's how you treat, because you want to keep them in the fold, because at least they're trying.
Right.
At least they want to try and make a difference. So you find what their strength is. So, okay, I know you work, you can't do that every day. Okay, well, how do I give you once a month? Come in and speak to them, tell them about your experience, tell them about it. And that's what kids want to see. That's what they want to see, and that's what they want to hear.
That's consistent enough form. So
Yeah.
because they see it. I think we're covering everything. I know what I really got from this was I like the whole part, because I think that is something that is a big reward. But just being authentic with kids, I think, what you said is really important, is the consistency part, the compassion part, the double C. I think that's just what kids really need to see, because a lot of times, like you said, we'll leave them alone because we don't want to deal with them, and that's kind of like almost the exact reason why they are how they are. And that reflects on the community and shows they can turn around and say, well, what were you? When we have all these disciplines installed in us, but we don't show it. So I think it is on us, to be the hope, and I like that. That was a really good point I thought you brought us. I think you covered a lot. Now 700 kids. What we're gonna have next time we talk to you.
Right.
It just depends. But like I say, it's one of those things that it fluctuates, but it's a blessing, because now you get to interact with kids outside of where you normally lay your foundation in. And what I mean by that is for about a year now, about a little more than a year, I had been turning down speaking engagements because I was trying to focus on the business and make sure this right, this right. And so we just started back accepting them. So like we got one on November 13th down in St. Petersburg, stuff like that. So now any kid that you touch with your organization, any kid that you interact with is a part of your organization. And so if I go down here and interact with 300 kids, so I guess that'll put me at 1,000, because you gotta claim that because you put in the work to get that.
Right.
And so, and just like when you guys upload your videos or whatever you do, if you get 5,000 hits, you got 5,000 people.
Right.
In the month, that's crazy numbers.
Yeah.
So that's the key, because I don't have to physically touch you, but if I can touch you with my words, then you a part. You a part, because that's what this thing is built for. People think that when you have an organization, they say, well, what about in the organization? Yeah, I got someone on paper that had to sign my packets.
Right.
But I'm not in St. Pete every day.
Right.
And so when I go down here, whatever, I try, yeah, they adding them because I'm touching them.
Right.
And they're gonna have ways to contact them. And so,
That's the consistency part.
oh yeah, that's the consistency part. You'll be amazed the phone calls you get.
Oh, yeah.
Or you'll be amazed.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed at the stuff they tell you that they're willing to share with you.
Right.
And they won't share with anybody else. So that's how you're able to help, because the same thing that's making them act the way they act, they won't tell the teacher, they won't tell their parents, but they'll tell you.
Exactly. That's a lot.
Now, when you get it, what you gonna do with it?
Yeah, that's the responsibility part, yeah.
So how do you deal with that though? Like if people don't, cause look, I'm asking because I be in these meetings sometimes like, Jesus, when I leave some of my mentor groups, I'm like, God, I had to take a walk. Cause you know, sometimes you get stuff dumped on you that is so vast and so heavy, and especially coming from 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and you just be like, dang, you know, you be there for them, you tell them, you can give them advice and everything, but once you leave from whatever, once you hang up the phone call, leave from wherever space you're in, how do you handle that? The stuff that you be given, like the weight of it.
How you understand this, because once you have that conversation with them, whatever you do, you have to leave a way for them to connect. So whether it's through social media, now that's what it's part you from positive thing, or whether it's your contact number. You have to leave a way for them to connect. And so what happens with me is when we have conversations like that, I take it, and then we got a way to connect. I reach back out. Hey, how you doing?
Let's follow up, and see if they will give you some more. You know,
I just see how they doing. How you doing?
Okay.
Better because when they see that, because now you being a citizen, like, because that doesn't happen to them.
Right.
People just say, okay, only thing they getting is punished. No, I never had.
That's what I'm gonna tell everybody.
Yeah, think about when kids come into school now. No, not too many people ask the kids how they doing. You know what?
Yeah.
I went into a home one time to go see a parent, and I knocked on the door, and nobody came. So I knocked again, around, and then the 13-year-old came to the door when I was mentioning.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, how you doing? Well, I'm good, Mr. How you doing? I said, I'm good. I said, you okay? He said, yeah. I said, your mama home? He said, no, I'm waiting on her. So it was a 13, a 7, got 6 months. The 13 take care of both of his siblings before he can get off and get to school. So he was late every day.
So this was early in the morning?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, he was late every day.
Yeah.
When I went by the afternoon, I said, let me just go by, because I was trying to catch mama.
Yeah.
But when we sat down and talked, with mama wasn't there.
Yeah.
She ain't got off from work yet. So, but I got to the root of why he was late. But check this out. The school was punishing him.
I was about to say, so he's getting in trouble every day.
Yeah. For being late though.
Right, but it's not.
No one never asked him why.
Okay.
So when I got back to the school, I got with the dean, I got with the guidance counselor, I got with the principal. We all sat and talked, and I brought up his name and talked about him. But I don't know what it is with that kid. He's late every day. So we sat and talked. So I was like, well, has anybody asked him why he was late? One of the teachers was like, no, we just assume that because he's just one of those kids. I said, one of what kids? So I explained to them why he was late. The principal started crying.
They just disregarded it. That's crazy.
Nobody never thought to ask.
Yeah.
He's late because he had to get his sister ready. His brother ready. Before he can get off to school.
That's crazy. And they just be quick to go to the negativity.
Yeah.
Like they just place a label instead of just understanding their situation.
Yeah, understand the situation. So when a kid shares something with you and you come back and say, hey, how you doing or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh man, they gonna share some more because they really care.
Man, I get to talk, they got to say things, I get to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that same kid that's sharing with you, that kid will listen to anything you tell them.
And then, that just bounces back on the responsibility.
They'll listen to anything you tell them until you show them something else.
Right.
Now once because you can get their trust,
Mm-hmm.
but once you violate it, you'll never get it.
Yeah. Once you damage it, that's something else.
Because they used to that.
Yeah,
They used to
so-
be.
And so those are some of the tools you have to use because you're able to connect with them. Now, if it's something that's serious that probably we sit down and talk with them, and then we talk with the parents and say, okay, you know, we might need to let somebody else know about this here because yeah. And so, but you do have those situations like that. But as long as you're able to connect back with them and check on them,
They're receptive to that.
oh yeah, they're very receptive to it because now a lot of them, they want to come hang out and everything. They don't talk about it. They get that call because they're like kids over here.
Yeah.
You think about it, the people coming in and out the house and nobody even paying them no attention.
Right. Nobody asking how you doing.
Nothing.
That was a school day.
No, ain't nobody checking their grades, nobody paying attention. So think about it, if we were in that situation, if ain't nobody checking on us, then we feel we can do what we want to do. Don't nobody care anyway.
Yeah.
We lost hope. We lost hope.
Exactly.
So-
Alright, this has been a very informative and powerful interview, sit down, conversation, whatever you wanna call it, but, we do appreciate you. Coach Ty.
I appreciate y'all having me. I think, for me, I don't do these often.
Right.
And I don't do them for a reason because I don't want myself to be at the forefront of anything. I don't like to be the spotlight.
Mm.
I think the cause and the things that we're trying to get accomplished should be the spotlight. And so I don't do interviews. Matter of fact, I can tell you the last time I done an interview. I think a couple months ago I was asked to do an interview, and I refused. And so when KJ asked, I was like, man. It's KJ.
It's tough. The consistency, right?
Hold on. It's KJ. I got to do it. You know, because that's just not me. I don't like, because I think a lot of times people do stuff so they can be seen.
Yeah.
You know, when I look at, you know, like I said, I pay attention to a lot of social media because I have to be socially aware of a lot of things.
Right.
And so I'm just trying to figure out why do I need to go live or record me giving a homeless man some food or some clothes. Or, now, if somebody else recorded without me knowing, that's different. But for me to have that set up like that's
you know what the reason wrong.
There's a motive behind it because you want somebody to pat you on the back.
Right.
And I'm like, for what? You know, because if you feed one, it's good. But think about how many more there.
Exactly.
There's a bigger picture.
Right.
And I think, and so for me, like I say, doing interviews is something that I really don't do because I just don't want the spotlight. Man, I think I got probably 200 videos that I have not released.
Oh wow.
Of me speaking in different places. I won't release them. Just not that, it's not the time, man. I think, for me, it's a bigger picture.
Definitely.
It's a bigger picture, and I don't want to lose track of that.
Stay focused. Yeah. We appreciate it though.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on.
Definitely.
Having me on.